Hello, I'm Christina with The Turned Leg. I love to salvage, repurpose, and create and help others to do the same. And today, I had to bring in a huge piece, a baker's rack that was super heavy. And I'm gonna restage my booth and take you along for the whole process using just the items I currently have in my booth. Let's get started. I am not doing a complete overhaul, so my plan is to add the display rack into this space and then use the items I have to refresh it. For me, booth makeovers are usually easier when you're bringing in all the items because then they usually tend to go together. This is a little different. The first step is to clear the space, and I am working today while the antique mall is open, so I have to keep my customers in mind while I am moving things around. I've decided I'm going to bring home the big wooden table. It folds up pretty easy, so I can take it home and store it to bring it in later. Changing up the display will make everything look fresh. A good tip for the hardware is put it in a Ziploc baggie and tape it to the table so you always have it. When you have an antique booth, there's a fine line between bringing in enough new items and not overstacking. As I was clearing this space, I noticed items hiding behind the display. This is not good. I gotta pull those out. Another good tip while you're clearing the space is to keep like items together and fragile stuff safe in one area. This makes putting things back a whole lot easier. This grouping will also lead you to find matches. I found this vintage tray and vintage glasses, which are perfect for fall and need to be put together and out and on display. I also found some salt and pepper shakers that need to be put into my salt and pepper display. Things sell better in booths if they're grouped together. If you're enjoying this video, take a second and click the like button. Also subscribe. And if you click the bell, you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. It really helps me to continue to help others to salvage, repurpose, and create. The space is cleared, and now the most important thing you need to do is clean. Make sure to sweep and dust every time you move things around your space. When you're moving heavy items, move smart. I love to use these casters on wheels for items that are really heavy. Just slide them under and it makes things go so much easier. For more information on purchasing these, check out the link to my Amazon affiliate link below. Whenever you are setting up a new display, it is important to be flexible. I have to admit, the green baker's rack in front of the red and blue doors I did not like, so it was time to get creative with what I had in my booth. Thank goodness I had a box of extra hangers and hooks and things to help me with this project. It's always a good idea to have a few extra things in your booth just in case. Since I didn't like the colors and I didn't want to paint anything, my solution to this was to add a vintage wall map over the two doors, and hopefully it would look a lot better. As I mentioned, always important to clean while you are redoing your booth. This is my favorite glass cleaner. I love the spray glass cleaner. It doesn't drip. Now to restage, and there's really no secret. I just walk around my booth and I try a lot of different things. Then you kind of find your groove. I will say color is important. Repetition of color, having different textures is also very important. I just continue reworking the display until I get it the way I like it. And while you're doing this, you might find things in your booth that are not yours. It's always a good idea to return those. This pot turned up in my booth. It's not mine and there's no tag on it. Another good tip while you're staging your booth is to have different heights as you work. And think unexpected. You will see I'm hanging items on the outer edge of the baker's rack. I'm using an S-hook for that. S-hooks are one of my favorite tools for my booth, and you can use them so many different ways to hang things. As you're working on your display, you're going to continue adding and deleting items. Just keep going and trust yourself. You'll know when you've got it right. Another important tip when you're redoing your booth is to not have everything flat on the wall. You want angles. You want things facing different directions. You also need to make sure you have a variety of items, smalls, large things, and medium size. In this display, one of my favorite medium-sized items are those vintage crates. And as you can see, I'm using the crates in a whole bunch of different ways. The crates help with the consistency of the display and also help to make little vignettes and hold a whole bunch of great items. The work is complete, and I have to tell you, the whole mission here was not new, put everything in, all this new inventory. I had to work with what I had, but I was bringing in a new piece, and so I wanted it to look pretty. The piece had to come in. It was too big for my garage. You want to see how it looks? Let's go take a look. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this has inspired you with your own booth. Now get out there to salvage, repurpose, and create.